Iron Man Carmichael rides again, the pirate set the cannon stunt in Lucy's desperate redemption. I still feel a small protective ache the moment Lucy steps onto the pirate set in the mustache and the boots. Even after all these years of late-night rewatching, the particular sight of her squared shoulders and lowered voice still makes my chest tighten with a mixture of admiration and quiet dread. She has come directly from the racetrack, from the torn ticket and the disqualified redhead Mary, and the sudden, desperate arithmetic that told her $250 could be earned in a single afternoon if she was willing to become a man again. The decision was made in the bright light of the paddock. The consequences are waiting for her under the studio lights. Mooney is already there. Of course he is. The bank has invested in the picture, and Theodore J. Mooney does not allow the bank's money to go unsupervised. His presence on the set is both a complication and a strange form of grace. He does not yet know that the money she is about to earn is his money, the exact sum that disappeared into paper confetti when she tore up the banker's dream ticket. He only knows that the studio is spending a great deal of the bank's capital on a pirate picture, and that he intends to make certain the expenditure is not wasted. The director's decision to switch the parts is pure comic machinery. Iron Man will now play Scurvy Sam. The original actor is reassigned. The eye patch is handed over. Lucy accepts it with the grim professionalism of a woman who has already decided that dignity is a luxury she cannot afford today. "All I want is $250. The line is delivered in the lowered Iron Man voice, and yet the need underneath it is pure Lucy. She is not here for glory. She is here to make the books balance before Mooney discovers what she has done. What moves me most, even after all these years, is the way she commits to the physical life of the character. The fight over the treasure chest is played with the same full-body sincerity she once brought to the 18th floor ledge and the Carol Channing concert at the Army Gate. She does not hold back. She throws herself into the choreography with the particular abandon of a woman who has learned that half measures only prolong the pain. When the director calls for more life, more meanness, more rum-soaked pirate fury, she supplies it. The mustache helps. The eye patch helps. But the real engine is the knowledge that every swing of the prop sword is bringing her one step closer to the moment she can place $250 in Mooney's hand and erase the torn ticket from existence. The cannon sequence is the emotional and physical climax of the entire composite. I still feel the protective ache most sharply when the director explains the stunt. They will not let Scurvy Sam walk the plank. They will shoot him out of a cannon. The other actors hesitate. Lucy does not. Who wants to make $250? All right, just call me Cannonball. The line is pure Carmichael bravado, but the voice underneath it is quieter and more determined than any bravado I have ever heard from her. She has locked people in high rises. She has edged along ledges with her eyes shut. She has carried marshmallow cameras into restricted areas. Being fired out of a cannon for the exact sum she owes the man she has spent the entire composite alternately tormenting and protecting is simply the next logical step. The physical business of being stuffed into the cannon is played with Ball's unmatched commitment to the reality of the moment. There is no winking at the audience. There is only the awkward, undignified, slightly terrifying process of a human body being folded into a space that was never meant to contain one. When the fuse is lit, the protective ache becomes almost unbearable. I know she will survive. I have watched her survive this moment for decades. And yet every single time I feel the same helpless surge of worry for the woman who has once again decided that the only way to fix a problem is to place her own body between the problem and the person she has harmed. The flight itself is brief and perfect. She is there and then she is gone, and then she is landing in whatever pile of pads the stunt coordinators have prepared. The director is delighted. The crew is impressed. Mooney, who has been watching from the side with the particular mixture of horror and reluctant admiration that has defined his relationship to Lucy's physical courage for years, is rendered temporarily speechless. When he finally finds his voice, it is to acknowledge that the stunt took courage. The acknowledgement is small. From him, it is enormous. What moves me most in the aftermath is the quiet precision of the payment. The check is made out for $250. Lucy does not keep it. She does not even hesitate. Let's make a check out to Theodore J. Mooney. The line is delivered with the calm of a woman who has just completed a transaction that began with a dream about a racehorse and a torn ticket and a mathematical cathedral built on the number 9. She has balanced the books. She has done it with her body. And now she is ready to disappear before the full weight of the day's events can settle on anyone's shoulders. The final exchange, banker's dream buddy and I'm off and running, is one of the purest expressions of Lucy's particular moral code that the composite has to offer. She does not wait for thanks. She does not wait for forgiveness. She simply places the money in the only hands that matter and removes herself from the scene before anyone can make a fuss. The same loyalty that sent her onto the ledge and into the cannon has always contained this streak of sudden, almost shy retreat. She will risk everything to make things right. She will not stay to watch the rightness land. I still feel protective of Mooney in these final moments on the set. He does not yet understand the full chain of events that has brought this exact sum of money into his hands. He does not know about the torn ticket or the disqualified horse, or the frantic afternoon of improvisation that turned a racetrack disaster into a pirate picture paycheck. He only knows that Lucy Carmichael has once again done something incomprehensible and that somehow the result has been to his benefit. The confusion on his face is genuine. The reluctant gratitude underneath it is equally genuine. Their relationship has always lived in that narrow space between fury and fondness. The canon has simply narrowed it further. The mid-1960s were full of stories about ordinary people who performed extraordinary physical feats for money. Most of those stories treated the feats as proof of toughness or desperation. Lucy's version is different. The canon is not a proof of anything except the particular geometry of her loyalty. She owed Mooney $250. The universe offered her a canon that paid exactly that sum. The decision required no further thought. The body would simply have to follow where the arithmetic led. Every time I reach the end of this sequence, I find myself sitting in the dark a little longer than necessary, turning over the particular texture of redemption the scene has just offered. It is not a grand redemption. There is no speech, no reconciliation, no promise that anything between them will be different tomorrow. There is only a check with his name on it and a woman in a mustache walking away from a pirate ship before anyone can ask too many questions. The simplicity is what undoes me. After the locked apartment and the ledge and the army gate and the destroyed turkey and the torn ticket, the solution is reduced to its most physical and most direct form. She will be shot out of a cannon so that the man she has harmed can have his money back. I still love her for the completeness of the gesture. I still wince at the thought of the bruises she will discover later. Especially then. Because the woman who lets herself be folded into a cannon on a pirate set is the same woman who once decided that Rosie Harrigan should not have to go hungry. The methods have reached their most extreme expression. The central refusal to let the damage remain has not changed at all. That refusal is the reason I keep returning to this material. It is the reason the laughter still feels like a form of grace. And it is the reason that even now, when the fuse is lit and the cannon fires and the check is made out to Theodore J. Mooney, I lean forward in the dark, notebook open, heart already aching with protective love for the woman who would rather fly through the air in a pirate picture than live with the knowledge that she has cost the people she loves $250 they could not afford to lose.